What's going on, guys? So the Arizona Cardinals lost to the New England Patriots 27-13, and if it wasn't obvious, our season is over. And there's just really a lot to talk about as an Arizona Cardinals fan and kind of giving my thoughts. This will be the last Arizona Cardinals video I drop for this season and maybe for a while because we're just not a good franchise. We're just a bunch of losers, and this is legitimately a new low as a Cardinals fan. Like, I've never felt like this towards the Cardinals in a while. The last time I felt like this was like back in like the Kevin Kolb, John Skelton days. Those were some tough days, but no, this right here is a new low. If you guys didn't know, the big headliner for last night's game was that Kyler Murray suffered a torn ACL, and today it was officially official. So I hope that Kyler Murray has a great and speedy recovery, man. It's so tough to see, and I know a lot of people were kind of doubting on Twitter, saying, "Will Kyler Murray be the same?" and stuff like that. I feel like he will be the same. Sure. Again, it's so unpredictable. If you were to ask me, I feel like he'll be just the same. But there's other people saying, well, since he has a torn ACL, he's not gonna be that great, and it just sucks to see, man. It sucks to see your franchise quarterback go down on a meaningless season, and this season has been just one word. If I was the best to describe the season, as I said over and over on my other Cardinals videos, it's just been disappointing. It has really been a disappointing story. Not story, my bad, but a disappointing season. You got to ask yourself, like, where do you even go from here? What do you even do this offseason? Half of our team's gonna be free agents. Do you even resign anybody? Like, what's going on with this team? It looks like we are in hell right now. This is like, I don't know what's like. This is the first time as a Cardinals fan. I don't know where we're gonna go from here. Are we gonna draft a quarterback this draft? To back up Kyler for years to come. Are we going to just sign a veteran quarterback this offseason to back up Kyler? I don't know. Again, Kyler Murray has a torn ACL. He might come back maybe sometime this. People were saying he's going to come back around this time next season, around like November, December, which is going to be tough, missing games early down the stretch without Kyler Murray. But this team right now is just in absolute shambles, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of our star players like DeAndre Hopkins request a trade. I know JJ Watt's for sure not going to resign. I wouldn't be surprised if Buda Baker requests a trade, or any of our star players if they leave. Like, you can't even blame them because we're just a horrible franchise. We wasted Kyler Murray's contract. Michael Bidwell is a coward, and he doesn't do what it takes to win. If Michael Bidwell generally cared about the Arizona Cardinals, he would have fired Steve Keim years ago. He would have fired Cliff Kingsbury years ago. I wouldn't say years ago, but fire him after last season. Fire Steve Keim after last season, and also fire Vance Joseph. Vance Joseph, his defense just, I don't like it. He plays a lot of soft zone, and it's just not really my type. But I just don't understand what Michael Bidwell is doing. Basically, going into this season, the last year's offseason, we basically re-signed everybody like we won a championship. We didn't win shit. We got absolutely embarrassed in the first round, and we're just an embarrassment of a franchise, and it was displayed yesterday on Monday night. We have no depth in our team. Our O-line is one of the worst I've ever seen. The Patriots, I'm not even kidding when I say this, the Patriots had about 6 sacks last night. 6 or 7 sacks, one of the two. 6 or 7 sacks last night. That's embarrassing. If I was Michael Bidwell, honestly, at this point, I would just sell the team. But I know that's not going to happen because his family tree is rooted into this Cardinals team, which is absolutely sad. And Michael Bidwell is just a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. He's just a coward. That's the best way I could say. He's just a coward, man. And Steve Keim needs to be fired. Cliff Kingsbury. It's like, whatever I say in this video has already been said many, many, many times. We need to fire our head coach, fire our general manager, and just honestly, at this point, I think we have to hit the reset button. We really do. Our team is built to be losers, and the best way to at least get fans on the team is if we get like a brand new coaches off season. If we start next year, okay, if we start next year with Cliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim still on our team, I don't see me watching games. I really don't. I don't see myself watching the games. As a matter of fact, I'm probably just going to buy NBA League Pass and watch the Thunder, because at least the Thunder, we have something to look forward to. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, I am a Thunder fan as well. I'm a Cardinals and Thunders fan. I know, pretty weird, I won't lie. Like, I've never ever met a Cardinals and Thunder fan, Arizona Cardinals and an OKC Thunder fan, but we're just a shit franchise. Poverty. I just, at this point, it's like, what is there to be said that hasn't been said already? This team is very disappointing. Probably the most disappointing Cards team in a very long time. There was pretty high expectations. My expectations, to be honest, we weren't going to be good as last year, but I was like, you know what? We could be a team maybe contending for the playoffs, and I thought that was the case, but we are literally we literally have, I think, like a top 10 pick in the draft. And I know some people want to see us lose out and stuff like that, and I do too. But and actually, no, I don't want to see our team lose out, man. I want to, of course, see our team win because that's the sport. I don't like this whole tanking shit. I know a lot of teams like to see their team tank and stuff, but I don't really like tanking out. I want to see my team win. I want to have something to cheer for. And for the Cardinals, there is absolutely nothing to cheer for, and there is absolutely nothing to look forward to. What is there to look forward to for this team? What is there to cheer for this football team? Nothing. There is nothing. We are just not a good franchise. We're poorly ran. We have one of the worst managements in all of football. We are the most poverty franchise in football. We've been around. I think we're like top three like longest teams in the NFL, and we haven't won anything. We have nothing to show for it. We're just a poorly ran franchise by a family that doesn't know anything about football, and it's just sad. It's just sad. I wish I never, like, at this point, I'm not gonna say it, but at this point, man, it's like, why am I even a fan? Like, generally, why do I root for this team? Why do I even turn on the TV on Sundays or Mondays or whatever to watch this team? It's like, what's the point? We're just gonna lose. We're never gonna win a Super Bowl. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I generally don't. I feel bad for like the old Cardinals fans because they never seen their team win a Super Bowl, and I honestly never see my team win a Super Bowl because we don't know what to do. It's like we're not even. It's like we don't know what, like, again. It's like the front office doesn't know what to do to build a great football team. They don't know how to draft. All of our draft prospects have been absolute terrible, except for like Kyler Murray. Isaiah Simmons he's been okay, but he's been kind of disappointing. Zayvon Collins has been kind of stepping up, so I can't really say anything about him. Trey McBride's looking like a bust, and just other shit, And our O line is just the worst of the worst. The Cardinals never had a good O line, and it's like there's no point of having so much talent if your O line's terrible. Again, it's just a rough outing for the Cardinals this year, and it's just a rough team to watch. It's rough. Like, if you're a Cardinals fan, you can't lie. Don't lie with yourself here. This is the worst. Like, this is a new low right here. This is generally a brand new low that I wish I never experienced, but there's no way we could be worse, right? It's like there's no way we could be worse. But I don't know, man. This team always finds a new way to disappoint me year after year. So I wouldn't be surprised if next year we only have 2 to 3 wins. I'm not even kidding. Because Kyler Murray, of course, he's gonna be out for like maybe the first half of the season. We're just gonna be terrible. And there's just a lot of question marks with this team, and this team right now is truly unpredictable. We don't know what's gonna happen for the next season or next offseason. Our final few games here, I feel like we're gonna lose out on all of them because we're just not a good football team. Colt McCoy is cool and all, but he isn't no Kyler Murray. He isn't no generational talent. He's not gonna take us to the promised land. No one on this team is really gonna take us to the promised land except for like D Hop. So I hope D Hop finds a new team, and I hope that team actually cares and wants to win something, because as a Cardinals fan, or as the Arizona Cardinals, the Cardinals don't love to win. It's like we don't love to win. All they care about is money, and all they care about is business, and it's just tough, man. So I don't understand why I'm a fan of this team, but here we are. This is going to be my last Cardinals video I drop in a very long time, unless something huge happens in the offseason. That's the only time I'm going to talk about this bum-ass team. And yeah, I'm tired of being a Cardinals fan, and I'm just really disappointed. See ya.